Hello. Welcome to another day in the car. I'm Jules, and today we are talking about Orrin and Orson West, the missing little boys who were reported missing on December 21st by their adoptive parents, Julez and Jacqueline West.
Okay.
From our yard.
Okay. It was cold. I was gonna make a fire. So a lot of wood in this area right here next to our house. I opened up the back gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea that our youngest two would go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. Do not let them go on the dirt in the backyard. We keep them close. So I was playing with chalk, and I came in the house. I saw them there. I went in the house. I came back out. I didn't see them now. I immediately went back in, asked my wife, did you see the boys? She said, no, they should be outside playing with chalk. I said, well, I didn't see them, so I came back outside and I started searching my backyard. I searched the whole thing. I realized that I left the gate open and I panicked, came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street, both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold, and I got in the van and I hit a bunch of corners. I went down this street. I turned my light on. I searched. I called their names. Talked to a gentleman on the street on the other side over there. He didn't see them. So then I came home and I told my wife we need to call the cops. It's getting dark and I need help. We gotta get going. So I called the cops. Cops came. First thing they did was tell us to stay in the house so they can get a hold of us.
Julez and Jacqueline said that the little boys were playing on the back patio, and next thing they knew, the boys weren't there, and they suspected that the boys left through an unlocked gate that was left open.
For them to just disappear like that out of a backyard, I don't see a 3 and 4 year old just disappearing out of a backyard.
Could we say that
Since then, there's been a lot of conjecture about what's going on, a lot of rumors about the location of the parents, etc.
Other state? No, I have not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I've been made aware of.
Okay.
And today I'm going to discuss 2 videos from AV Watchmen United We Stand, and they are from days 6 and 7 of AV Watchman's search for the boys. He has been following up on tips as they roll in, and he has interviewed a few neighbors at the Casa Loma apartments, which is where the Wests lived prior to moving to California City. And the picture that's coming through is a bit puzzling. It seems that apartment 116 is where the Wests officially lived, and the neighbors there only ever saw them with 3, sometimes maybe 4 children. Another neighbor lives near apartment 101, where Jacqueline's mother apparently lives, and she also takes in foster kids and also adopted some children herself. And it appears that Orrin and Orson have stayed in that apartment from time to time, and it appears that the Wests possibly were keeping children in both apartments, and that might be why they always parked at the rear of the building. But this neighbor reports the same things of never seeing the whole group together, and that Julez often did not have children with him at all when he was coming and going, that the family was standoffish, did not talk much with anyone, basically stared at the ground when they went by in passing, and that they were always in a hurry going to and from the vehicle. Interesting news is that Trezell and Jacqueline have been seen recently over at Casa Loma Apartments. Also, in some of the groups addressing the disappearance of Orrin and Orson, there has been a screenshot of a conversation going around. And it was a group conversation between the lady that befriended Trezell when he was trying to get a loan to buy that California City house, Trezell, and the handyman who was hired to board up the windows. And it appears that the night before the windows were boarded up, Trezell and Jacqueline went to California City and perhaps spent the night at the house. And then that next day, Trezell himself helped the handyman put the boards on the windows. And I don't know how it got started that the police department boarded up the windows. I was kind of confused about that myself because it does not appear to be their policy to do that. And if they had done it, I would have expected to have seen crime scene tape. So it explains a lot that it was this handyman and Trezell that boarded up the windows. But that also leads to a lot of questions about what is going on in the case. What evidence is there actually? There haven't been any arrests. There haven't been any suspects named.
We got the call. He said he'd been searching for them for 15 or 20 minutes. Called us. We were on scene within 5 minutes or less.
In the AV Watchman video from day 6 of their search of Bakersfield for the boys, he came across a neighbor to the property where Trezell's ice cream business was registered to. And that fellow said that someone that matches Jacqueline's description was in the neighborhood passing out pictures of the 2 missing boys and saying that these were her sons, they were missing, and that she thought their biological dad took off with them and took them to Bakersfield. So that was some interesting information. And I have not come across any information letting me know who the father of Orrin and Orson are. I've seen rumors that it's 2 different guys and other rumors that it's one guy. I've seen it written that he gave up his paternal rights, but I don't know for sure that that's a fact. I also want to give a shout out to viewer Drea J, who let me know that someone needed to go to the apartments on Lotus. When I got that, I messaged the guy from AV Watchman, and he said at that time that he was on it. I'm not aware of what the police are saying as to what is allowed to be reported right now and what they would appreciate being kept quiet. And so I'm being careful to only report what the people who are there are covering on their YouTube channels. I'll keep you posted as things come rolling in. Thank you for watching Another Day in the Car with Julez.
They are our children, and so we want them back. So please.